Yeah, like the walkthrough definitely has impacted the enjoyment because I think usually in Silent Hill you go in and you go into each room and you go, oh, there's this. And you kind of make a mental note of it. And then 7 rooms later you go, oh, yeah, I can use this for that. And then that's a little bit of a puzzle. But the subway was just so overwhelmingly large and everything looked the same that I just couldn't even handle not using the walkthrough. And I didn't have the map right away. I missed the map, which made it a big problem. So we've got a rope. So I need to find some place that you would use a rope. Maybe one of the elevators, you open it and it goes, ooh, there's no elevator. I'd fall. I sure could use something to lower myself down with. The elevator has a little gap. No, that's not going to work. I guess I need like a crowbar or something. All right, so we need to go into this room, which has a exit sign above it in the real world, in the real video game world, but not on the map. But I guess it's that vertical box. So we go back to the 5th floor. It's been 1 day since I've played this, so my mind is completely wiped. I love these signs. You're kind of on the 3rd and you're kind of on the 4th. Boy, I sure would like to look at that. There it is. I love that. I like that font. I like those arrows that are half arrows. Now you're really on the 4th floor. It's beautiful. The 4th is below you. The 5th is above you. Now the 5th is with you. The 5th will be with you. Not always, sometimes. That vacuum doesn't look like it can do much. There are cleaning goods here. There's not much I can do with them. Thanks, Heather. So much personality. All right, we want to find a jack of some kind. Oh, there's tons of rooms in here. Why, there's a door over here that could maybe bring me to many places. Oh, these are the bathrooms. Auto parts. It's locked. All right, we need to find a jack. That door opens, and there's a whole bunch of doors down there. This one. The auto parts area. You know all those auto parts areas that are up on 5th floors? In case you need to get some heavy auto parts. I'm gonna kill you. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Miss. Hit. It's like hit, miss, hit, and then it hits you. Like, what a bunch of bullshit. The noises are great. The atmosphere is great. Not enough music. Oh, for fuck's sakes. This guy. I don't want to deal with this guy. Well, he was just sitting on the ground. That's so strange. Just like an off-duty enemy in a game. Oh shit, oh, back to work. Let's go, Peloton. Alright. Come on, team, we're gonna beat this monster. We're gonna beat it down. Don't you want to save your family? Your friends? That's right. You better burn 800 more calories or your whole family's dead. Ooh, this is nice. It's like I don't even want to click anything because she's so negative. Oh, a poster for this company. jack. I have a jack just like that. I got a jack. Nice. Just a bunch of serious-looking papers on this desk. I don't need to take any with me. There's nothing interesting on this poster. Oh, man, she's such a hater. Some memos and newspaper clippings are posted here, but they're not very helpful. So are they somewhat helpful? Just not very helpful. All right. Sorry, Heather. Everything in this room was boring. Boring. I'm going to get out of here. It's gross. I hate this. None of this is useful. It's all serious. All right, Heather. That enemy's annoying. I don't want to fight him. How the hell do we get out of here again? Yeah. The jack. Cutscene. I'm surprised it didn't make me go get a crank, because there's no crank on that jack. She just used her intense thumb and finger strength. Maybe she put her katana in there. Or the pipe I have. Yeah. Just they look really clumsy the way they flop around. I think I need to press the button. Oh, I see. It's an interactive game. There's the rope. Will you use the rope to get downstairs? No, I'm going to close the game and never play this again. Yes. Here we are. No new music. No new sound. I'm just like... Heather. Ugh, interactive. I wanted it to be passeractive. This is the funniest part. I love this. That old familiar pattern is on a piece of paper stuck to the vending machine. Who the hell put it there? It's not like it's the latest fad or anything. Right? That's my favorite part of the game because it's something unexpected and creative and thematically consistent, and she talks about it and reveals a bit of her character, and then it loads in nicely and you get this cool imagery and a great song, and you get to save. It's my favorite part of the game. Oh, yeah, the footsteps are really loud. I'll turn it way down. I turned it up for the cutscene. That awesome cutscene we saw. Alrighty. The lock is broken. I can't open the door. I pushed the button, but the elevator won't come. It's broken. They made these gigantic environments, and then they make it so like most of the fucking doors don't even work. You know, when you think of like Oh, this looks nice. I want to go into more rooms that are drawn and beautiful looking. That actually looks like pre-rendered. Maybe it isn't though. Could have just been. Is this the reception area? There's catalogs scattered. What's she looking at? She's looking at something. I got beef jerky. Looks real enough to bite. Why would there be a bed in here? It's just a bed. Nobody's hiding under the covers. Why would there be a fucking bed? That's creepy. And a bath. Lamp hoods and flower vases. I don't need either. Bathtub display. There's a dark red stain in the bottom. Oh, maybe this is like a furniture store or housing. It's just for display. Can't really be used. More bathtubs. Oh shit.
I knew it.
It's being invaded by the other world, by a world of someone's nightmarish delusions come to life.
Oh no, not again. Did she do this too?
So yeah, what do you mean by that? That Silent Hill is following her. What does that mean? Is this Silent Hill, like when you go into this crazy zone? Is that how that works? Look. Hey, nice. Yeah, I like that creature. He's a pretty interesting looking guy. I like the way he sort of moves really, sort of like stuttering, like a quick frame rate, sort of like the Japanese horror movies. Poor thing. Yeah, I don't even really try to hit anything in this game. I just run past it. Oh, there's something here. She seems to be more excited by this world. It's like the regular world is so boring to her. Everything she sees is just, bleh. Find the Holy One. Kill her? Oh, no! That's me. Who could have taken this photo? Probably the detective. That's really creepy. She's got nothing to say about this one. There's a note that says they want to kill this person and that they're the Holy One. And all she cares about is someone took a photo of her. Oh my God, a person. And music.
Heather. That's what you're called now, isn't it?
And who are you?
The name's Vincent. Don't forget it, okay?
Okay.
I'm on your side.
So you say. But how do I know you're not with her?
Her? You mean Claudia? Please don't lump me together with her. She was totally brainwashed by that crazy old hag. Well, I guess crazy old hag is a bit harsh. She is your mother, after all.
My mother? What do you mean?
You don't remember? Ah, so Harry didn't tell you anything. I guess he hid the truth to keep you on his side, eh? That figures. He's a pretty sneaky guy.
Don't talk about my dad like that!
Sorry. I apologize. Please, calm down.
How do you know my father anyway?
I know everything. I know about your past, too.
Then tell me what's going on.
You don't know even that?
That's why I'm asking. If you know everything, then tell me how I can put an end to this.
Not yet. Why not enjoy yourself a bit longer?
Enjoy? I feel like I'm going crazy. Does this place get to you at all?
Oh, it gets to me all right. I find it most fascinating. Wait! I'm not finished talking!
I knew you were on her side.
How do you figure?
There's something wrong with you, too.
I think I'm just gonna watch the cutscenes. I don't want to play this anymore. I don't like exploring. I don't like doing the puzzles. I'm gonna watch the cutscenes. All right. So that guy says that Claudia was brainwashed by an old hag, and that it's her mother. Is Claudia her mother, or is the old hag her mother? And Heather. Are they talking about like a holy thing that is inside of Heather? Or do they mean Heather herself? Or is Heather just a vessel for the Holy One that is constantly being reborn? And now this guy's in this alternate world, or is he also in the main world? He says, enjoy it, have fun. What does that mean? Does that mean anything? Does anything that... I feel like a lot of what the characters are saying doesn't really necessarily mean anything. They just sort of... They just have some words, they say. They just got some words, they say. He's a regular human in the regular world. All right. Well, let's... yeah, I think I'll just watch the cutscenes. Don't like this. But I do want to know what happens. Silent Hill 3. All cutscenes. The movie. 2 hours and 18 minutes? Holy fucking shit. In a 6-hour game? Wowzers. God, that music's so good. This was uploaded by Lampanax or I Am Panax. Probably Lampanax. Or maybe I Am Panax. Yeah, have a little movie night. Get your popcorn. Let's watch a little Silent Hill. Dun, 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 dun. Full screen. I'm not on anybody's side. You idiot. Maybe I can make this a little bigger. Not really. Not really without it being in the way. Okay.
I don't know anything about this. Why don't you start by telling me what happened to you?
That guy's not a good actor.
And
And he wasn't in very many things. Then he died the year this came out.
I don't know.
Totally brainwashed by that crazy old hag.
He kind of sounds like Mark Ruffalo.
Well, I guess crazy old hag is a bit harsh.
Okay, so the crazy old hag is
She's
her mother.
after all.
My mother? What do you mean?
You don't remember? Ah, so Harry didn't tell.
All right, so she says you're on her side. And she gets really pissed when he calls him sneaky, calls her dad sneaky. That's when she's mad. Not about, what? I'm the daughter of a crazy old hag? Who, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Don't call my dad sneaky. I know everything. Then tell me. If you know everything, put an end. Enjoy yourself. There's his teeth. Like a little gunky. Oh. Find it most fascinating. I like her performance, and I like the motion capture, and like I like the facial acting that they get and they portray. Flame purifies all. By these remains, many a person... No, wait. I've never seen it, but I know it. What the hell? This is a cutscene. This is a cutscene playthrough, and it's still got all this shit on it. Oh, these are like all the puzzles and stuff. Combining 3 items that you backtrack to get. Yeah, put your head right over it. Is this a monster? Is this a puzzle? I wanted to see the cutscenes. Oh, bugs come out of it. Ooh. There's a monster living at the gates of a village. It was a very scary and very bad monster. It would catch people and crunch them up with its big teeth. Villagers were afraid. No one would dare approach. Everyone was stuck inside. The swords slashed and spears flashed. The monster wouldn't die. What could the king do? Village priestess. The end. You're the village priestess. The end of the fairy tale. The king and his people shed tears at the death of the kind priestess. God took pity upon them, and granting their wishes, healed the priestess. The priestess opened her eyes, just as she'd done every morning of her life. Once more to the monster's lair. The priestess came to defeat the monster. The priestess was very kind. She felt sad. You can't kill me. She used nothing, only a single spell. Tu fui ego hiris. The monster let out a huge cry. They could use their gates, because she spoke Latin to it.
What was that?
I don't think we need like 2 hours of gameplay just to understand the cutscenes. There we go. Let's see this stuff.
Dad, I'm home. Listen, something really crazy's going on. I think we should... Dad? Dad?
No!
Okay, so Harry is there dead. Did we miss something? Like, did she cause it? Why do we care? Why do we care about Harry? Because it's her dad, I guess. We don't really have any kind of a connection with him throughout this whole game. Harry's her dad and the protagonist, and now he's dead. Out of nowhere. Like, I get why the character is upset. Because that is her dad.
But why? Did you do this?
You're late.
But why? Why?
Revenge for 17 years ago, for one thing. If not for him, our dream would have come true. And then he took you away from us.
I'll get you for this!
There is another reason. your heart with hatred. It must be this way. One day you'll understand.
Okay, so she's trying to lead her into like a dark side scenario.
Must have come true, for one thing.
Hey!
Alright, so she killed the dad
Revenge for 17 years ago, for one thing.
because he
If not
beat
for
Silent Hill
him,
1.
Our dream would have come true. And then he took you away from us.
I'll get you for this!
There is another reason.
Alright.
To fill your heart.
So he ruined their
with
plan, and then they
It
need
must
her
be
back,
this
and they
way.
need her to be angry, full of dark energy and
You
hatred.
must try to remember me and your true self as well. Eternal paradise.
Birth of God. Gross. You will birth a god.
He's the one who killed your father.
Who?
I merely gave the order. So, what will you do? I'll be waiting where all begins,
Oh God. This is quite a
in the town of Silent Hill.
bundled up, gross bit of horror. And she's going to Silent Hill. That's cool. Why is he running away? I'm gonna stab you. And then he runs away. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, it's a detective.
I don't know what to say.
Sounds like the writers don't
say
either.
anything. I'm fine, so just get out of here and leave me alone already!
Calm down. I just...
Calm down? How am I supposed to do that? My father is dead! He's murdered! Get out! This is all your fault! If it weren't for you,
I'm sorry.
then go!
Why is it his fault? Because he
To
tracked her
make you
down?
feel better? I will.
Fine, I'll leave if it makes you feel better just because your dad died. Because I led these evil forces towards you.
Is he okay like this?
At least she acts
What else can I
fairly
do?
normal.
There's no one here to give him a decent burial.
What? How do you know about that?
I'm sorry, Dad.
What do you do now?
I'm going to Silent Hill.
What's in Silent Hill?
I don't know.
Do you think it's safe?
Of course it isn't. I don't know what kind of hell is waiting for me there, but I've got no other choice.
It's true.
I don't care about God or paradise. If that's what she believes, then fine. But she won't get away with what she did. When I find her, I'll kill her myself.
Revenge doesn't solve anything.
This guy is
Maybe
the
not. but
least
that's
useful
what
person.
I'm going to do.
Actually, he was good at tracking down this girl.
None of your business.
I'll give you a ride.
I don't need your help.
Yeah, but it's too far to walk. Besides, I'm partly responsible for this. I'll bring the car around back. come by and we finish saying goodbye.
You know, you might die too.
That's fine. Nobody's gonna cry over my grave.
That's pretty depressing. Do you see that Meatloaf died?
I just met some guy named Vincent.
Vincent?
He's a friend of yours, right?
I'm not sure.
He said when we get to Silent Hill to look for a guy named Leonard. And he gave me this map. What do you want to do?
We can't trust him, but we've got no other choice.
Here, take this too.
What's this?
She is
Your father was
such a
holding it.
phenomenal actress. She makes this sound natural somehow. Incredible. I don't know if they just recorded his stuff, like maybe they made him record all the responses earlier with zero direction. But she's
Sleeping.
I'm awake.
You cold?
she's so good.
What's the deal with Silent Hill anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
It used to be a nice, quiet little town. Silent
I
Hill.
wouldn't mind a screenshot of that.
What's the deal with Silent Hill anyway? It used to be a nice.
That didn't work.
What's the deal with Silent Hill anyway? It used to be a nice, quiet little town. But now,
You've been there?
Yeah, his fluorescent patchy beard. Too many graphics. What the fuck's going on?
once, on a missing persons case.
This was the Xbox.
Never did find him. But I'll tell you, that's one screwed up town. My line of work, you hear a lot of nasty rumors.
I was born and raised there.
Sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
No offense taken.
Hotel 3. Heather. Actor. Never did find
Anyway,
the guy.
I thought you grew up in Portland. What's wrong? Feeling sick?
My head's pounding like the worst hangover ever.
She knows what hangovers are like?
Maybe you're
Is she
causing-
like a teenager? I guess some teens know.
No. I'm just trying to remember.
So I think I know why they came up with the name Heather
My
for the character,
childhood.
because the voice actor's name is Heather.
Something terrible happened in Silent Hill 17 years ago. A woman named Dahlia. She tried to summon the ancient god of the town. She offered up her very own daughter.
It's pretty interesting. Dahlia Gillespie. So this Heather Morris, the actor, grew up in New York, studied classical ballet, did an exchange student thing in Brazil, moved to New York City to attend college, studied economics and dance, graduated and was auditioning for dancing and acting jobs, joined a dance company that went to Korea, acting school in West Village. She sounds rich. Anyways, was like producing theater or had an interest in it because she's rich. So you have all these opportunities. You can just say, I have an interest in it, not actually like doing it. So then her boyfriend moved to Tokyo with a job and she just went along with him. And when she was there, she did modeling jobs, TV commercials, and then did this role. and fucking nailed it. And she worked as a volunteer broadcast journalist in Germany and a copywriter at the American Forces Network. And then I don't even think she her debut filmography was a 2002 science fiction action game, Murakumo, Renegade Mech Pursuit, developed by From Software. And then she was in this. And she was Heather's motion actor. Crazy. She's so good. She's probably one of the best voice actors I've ever heard in a video game. She's so natural.
The ancient god of the town, a woman named Cornell 17 years ago. A woman named Dahlia. She tried to summon the ancient god of the town.
They probably shouldn't have a background song that has a bunch of lyrics in it while you're trying to do all this exposition. And I realize, hypocritically, I've also been talking about this person's filmography while all this is going on. But I rewinded it.
She offered up her very own daughter.
That's crazy.
Maybe so, but it worked.
I know, it feels like his beard, like you're at a rave and there's a black light on it or something.
The girl gave birth to a god. You see, that girl had special powers.
Powers?
Her classmates called her a witch. She could make things happen with her mind. She could kill people just by wishing for it. But in the end, that god was killed by a single person. My father, Harry Mason. I guess it wasn't much of a god if it could be killed by a human being. But I think Claudia's trying to do the same thing again. And I've been chosen as the sacrifice.
You've got some kind of power in you too?
After the god was killed, the girl reappeared. She was holding a baby in her arms. Before she died, she gave the baby to my father.
It's a pretty fucked up story for this guy to be hearing.
He loved me just like I was his very own daughter. Even though he didn't know who or what I was. It was so sudden. I never had a chance to tell you how happy you made me.
Yeah, he's seen the other world, so he's just
I might head for that Leonard guy's house.
happy to hear, I don't know, other weird things to
You
corroborate
check
it.
out the hospital. You got the map, right?
Yeah,
You gonna be okay alone?
I'm not a child, you know. Are you sure it's not you who's afraid to be alone?
You're right. I am afraid. 50-something years old. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Still feel like I'm dreaming.
More like a nightmare, I'd say.
He's so bad. But the lines of
Yeah.
dialogue are pretty stupid.
I want to wake up and have a smoke already.
I mean, when he says,
Give me back.
I'm 50-something years old, and I ain't never seen this, it makes it sound like he's already been alive for 50 years, and he kind of regrets that he's never seen something like this. Instead of being like, I'm 50 years old, and I've never seen anything like this. The 50 part is stupid. This isn't like, it's like, man, I'm 50, I haven't even been to Europe. Or I've never even had a taco, and I'm 50. This is very strange. No one would expect to see an other world and be speaking to a god or anything. Or a god's daughter. Or my father killed a god. He's a mortal man, and then he raised me. I'm magical. Yeah, there's this huge gap in between. It's like they record a line and then they animate and do the rest of the game up to the next line. Okay. Come back. We've drawn everything.
Back here when you're finished looking around the hospital.
Oh, look. And then you get to visit the old Silent Hill and see it in its more glory. Like, Silent Hill 2 was so much more memorable because you had the whole thing with, like that girl that he keeps seeing, and is that his wife? And does he not like his wife? Did he cheat on her or something? There was such a cool mystery. Maria. We need somebody now. Who is the closest person to the studio? Well, there's that guy outside the studio door. He's on the street, and he's there every day. Yeah, he'll do. Is this, this actually might be the story. Dad's notebook. Here we go. Hope this never come to any use. Maybe it's better if you never know. Sometimes you have to tell the truth. I'm writing this before I'm lost in death and oblivion. What happened back then? That has something to do with who you are. 24 years ago, back from vacation, my wife and I found a baby on the side of a highway. Since we were childless, we thanked God for letting us meet this child, this girl. We took her home. Later on, I would shoot a god to death. Three years later, my wife died, and another 4 years later, 17 years ago, I came to Silent Hill. I heard the girl's pleas and took her with me, not knowing why she wanted us to go there. It was there the girl went away. Not that she actually went anywhere, nor did she die. Returned to her original self. That's what Dahlia Gillespie said. Original self. The young woman burned by her mother as a sacrifice to God, Alyssa Gillespie. Half her soul escaped in these flames, went on to live in a baby, in that girl of mine, of ours. 7 years passed before that half a girl returned to Silent Hill and made Alyssa whole again. Newly strengthened, she vowed to kill God. God, a fetus nestled into the sacrificial girl's womb, was summoned with the usual rites. This was Alyssa's wish, no matter what the outcome, even if her own existence were at stake. Okay, so the half a girl came back to Silent Hill and made Alyssa whole again to kill God. God is a fetus in the sacrificial girl's womb. So Alyssa and the half a girl are together, this thing that wants to kill God, but they have to make God in their womb? Or a different sacrificial girl. But that wish wasn't granted because of Harry Mason. She prayed instead for the girl's return. I couldn't bring her back. Dahlia did it. I helped at the birthing ceremony to bring God out of Alyssa. The newly born God wailed once and was dead. All from that girl's and probably Alyssa's conscious resistance. That's not the end. After God vanished in a glow of light, Alyssa reappeared and gave me a baby. She looked a lot like that girl so long ago. And then Alyssa was gone, dead. There's nothing I could have done to help. I clutched the baby to my chest and ran off. So his daughter died because his daughter formed with Alyssa and gave birth to a god, and then the god died, and then they gave him a new baby? What when he has to go back to his hometown, and they're like, Mr. Mason, we're just checking in to see if you're registering your kid for school. You missed a bit of time when you went on your vacation to Silent Hill. So, well, funny story. She died, but I do have a new baby. The whole thing felt like a dream, but I had proof it wasn't. The girl was nowhere to be found, and in my arms, the baby. Now 17 years have passed. I had reservations about raising that baby. Could I love her? He doesn't seem too torn up about losing the other baby he found. You lose a baby, you gain a baby. What does it matter? Her existence was thoroughly unexplainable. Well, I mean, everything else is... I think the other baby being half a thing. And then Alyssa coming in to join and then creating a baby that died and then another baby magically appearing. Yeah, that actually does make the least amount of sense out of everything that happened to him. I thought she could be the young woman who snatched away my beloved daughter. The new baby is? The new baby is partly the original baby. There were times when I put my hands around her tiny little throat. He thinks that the new baby, it was the young woman who snatched away his beloved daughter, who was also another baby that he found on the side of the road. But I raised her after all. When you look at me, you laugh, so... To my precious daughter, Harry Mason. Well, that was a rambling fucking letter. What'd she think about that? Oh, I got a submachine gun.
Hello?
Moshi Moshi.
Claudia.
No, I'm not.
Don't lie to me, Claudia. You're always trying to run from your responsibilities. Have you come to apologize? Or maybe you still don't realize how foolish you've been. The salvation of all mankind. Ah, what a ridiculous dream.
Wait, just listen to me for a second.
I've heard enough from you already. How did you turn out this way? Where did I go wrong?
Listen to me already. I'm not Claudia.
You're not Claudia.
My name is Heather.
Heather.
Gillespie.
Who are you?
Leonard Wolf. I'm sorry. I thought you were my daughter.
Claudia is your daughter?
Oh, so you know her, do you? Are you one of her followers?
No, never. When I find her,
I can feel the hatred.
What?
Behind your words, the anger. You plan to kill her.
sorry, but she killed my father.
She's a fool, but she's still my daughter. I was going to forgive her if she changed her ways, but I see it's too late. Heather, will you help me?
Help you?
I'm locked up in here, and I must stop Claudia.
Where are you now?
I'm not sure myself, but the door is at the end of the hall on the second floor. I think I can be of help to you. I have a seal. Please.
A seal?
So that guy's saying, well, she's a fool, but she's still my daughter,
Hall on the
and
second
I was gonna
floor.
forgive her, but I guess I could help kill her. If you want.
Still has an unusually high fever. Eyes don't open. Getting a pulse, but just barely breathing. Why? What is keeping that child alive?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Oh, I forgot your name.
Who are you?
Oh, okay, thanks. Happy birthday, dear. Who are you? Happy birthday to you. Happy 31st birthday.
Is this Leonard?
That's the murderer's name, not my name. I'm not your beloved Stanley either. He's underground now. His new name is Number 7. But don't worry about that now. It's time to celebrate your birthday.
You've got me mistaken for someone else. Today's not my...
I'm not mistaken. Today is your 24th birthday. And I have a present for you. Which do you prefer? To give pain or to receive it?
That's an interesting idea.
You can have the one you hate the most. Happy birthday to you!
But you're wrong.
So when he's calling up and saying,
It's not my birthday.
it's your 24th birthday, does that mean anything? Does that mean like the part of her 17 plus 7 years of something else is 24? In the hospital area, Heather keeps finding creepy love letters addressed to her by guys. That's what he's referring to. Oh, what you gonna do with that thing? I got an ampoule. He's counting the years as Alyssa as well as how long she's been Heather. Okay, all right. So that actually makes sense. Seems like the second half of the game picks up in terms of like different puzzles and stories and characters. The first section is just a brutal slog. All right. Cutscene only and super shaders. See what that looks like. Kind of makes it look like a Telltale game. Telltale presents Silent Hill 3. Happy birthday.
Heather?
Yeah? Leonard, where are you?
Thank you. Now I can finally leave here. Now Claudia's ridiculous dream is over. Well, I guess it's time to dispose of her. The salvation of all mankind. Ha! Why must we reward even the unbelievers?
What are you talking about?
About our plans, of course. It's true that God is merciful, but first, one must be chosen. Only we, who hearken to the voice of God, will be given the keys to paradise. Don't you think so, Heather?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and think whatever you want.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't think the way you guys do. I
I
don't
like
want
how she
any
takes them all
part of
pretty
that
seriously.
kind of paradise.
You're an unbeliever. You deceived me.
I didn't deceive you. We were both just wrong about each other. I thought you were a normal person.
So you tried to trick me so you can run off with my seal, eh? Heretic! You plan to destroy God!
I told you I wasn't trying to trick anyone. What is this seal thing anyway?
Don't play innocent. You can't fool me anymore. The seal is mine! I was appointed by God to be its guardian! The only thing you'll get from me is a gruesome death.
So what's the overall point of this is that there's sort of like a dark religious group. It's like a cult, and there's these followers.
Is every person here a mental case? Well,
Grody.
you're not a person anyway.
Right, so it's like, so what is the point of it all? Is that they want to talk to God to like cleanse the world or something and remove the bad people from the world, and they need her power to do it? Do they think that there's something wrong, or they want to get close to God? There's some kind of cycle they want to be a part of? Like, what is the overall message of the tone? It feels to me pretty
Leonard's
random.
not here anymore. I guess I should head back to the
Just
motel
with
now.
a lot of different kind of buzzwords of God and
hope Douglas is
followers
okay.
and a birth and a rebirth. I mean, when you had that character in the last game being Maria,
What's this?
You know, that kind of stuff makes it sound like it's a save beacon or the seal.
Why did you send her to my father?
Was that wrong?
It's your fault that he...
Oh, but surely it's a good thing. It means he was one of God's beloved, no?
Those who mock God will never receive salvation. You'll go to hell, Vincent. You'll never feel the joy of God's everlasting paradise.
And you think God is going to save you? Ha!
What do you know anyway?
I know about the pleasures of this world. And I want to find my happiness while I'm still here. You hated your father, didn't you? I saw the way he hit you, and kicked you, and made you cry. The memory of his cruelty is forever burned into my mind.
Yes, and that's why we need God.
What you call faith is nothing more than a child crying out for love. That's why you're all alone.
You don't understand. None of you do.
Where's Douglas?
He went out. But he left a message for you.
Was there someone else here just now?
No, just me. Don't you want to know what the message is?
Yeah, what did he say?
The church is on the other side of the lake.
Church? Wonder what he meant by that.
You don't understand?
What could he mean by that?
That's where Claudia
He must
is.
mean don't go to the church.
Across the lake. On the north side. If you're going, you better go through the amusement park. It's probably the only way in there.
So they want it to be like the other
Go
world?
northwest
The
and
rusty
make it
other world?
happen.
Why? Because there's magical creatures there? Or because they're perverted in their minds?
Closer than heaven.
So is the point of this game that religion is bad and that people who go to religion can be super perverted and lose sight of what it is to be human and to truly love?
Douglas really said that.
Or is it more about cults?
What's wrong?
Cults are
You
bad
don't trust me?
and that we are all God because she was from God? And that amusement parks and hotels and malls are evil? Because they worship falsities? And that the radio will point you towards enemies of God? I can't tell if this game's like this franchise is pro-God or anti-God or pro-religion or anti-religion. It has a general cyclical theme of a cult group that keeps trying to use a baby to bring back God. Because I guess they want to meet God. Like any religious person would. You know, they devote themselves, focus on it, dedicate their life to eventually meeting God.
Find the girl.
The girl, find the girl.
Sensibly. What is it now?
You lied to me about Heather, lady.
This guy.
I don't like being used.
Lie? What lie?
That Heather was...
None of these characters understand what any of the other characters are saying.
But it's true.
What?
She was originally one of us. That man, Harry Mason, stole her away and kept her hidden from us.
Yeah, but she says she was happy.
She was brainwashed by him, deceived, because her true self had not yet awoken. She carries God within her. But when Alyssa, Mother of God, truly awakens,
Yeah? What's gonna happen?
she will usher in the eternal paradise.
What kind of place is that?
A place with no pain, no hunger, no sickness, no old age. There will be no greed or war, and all will live by God's grace alone.
I like that description, Prince.
No that.
That's
No,
the main
nothing.
theme, is this perversion, trying to control women, trying to control, like,
Sheep, man.
whether they give birth or not, whether they don't give birth, who they are, where they live, what their name is, what they're going to do with their life.
You still don't understand.
These, like, sexual things trying to thrust themselves on her. This woman trying to control her. The detective wanting to drive her around, even.
Going to kill me? Is it really so easy for you?
I've done it before.
Then I truly do pity you.
Yeah, that could be... I think you might be giving them more credit than what they actually put into it, Prince, but... I mean, I do like how they had her character... I don't really like this top that she's wearing. I guess this is like a reward top or something for beating the game. But I liked it when she just had the hoodie. She had the sort of short Titus hair. She looks sort of like she could be in between
Douglas,
the genders. She's not
are you hurt?
super feminine or masculine.
Can't move my right leg. I think it's broken.
I'll call an ambulance.
What?
I'll call an ambulance. I feel like nobody else lives in this world. There's nobody on the phone except weirdos, everybody they talk to. She never is concerned about, like, calling the police or 911 or saying, somebody murdered my father.
You old fool! Getting yourself hurt like that?
Sorry.
Why did you have to do that for me?
Did he kill
What will I do
Claudia?
if you die?
What do we do if this god thing gets born?
Come on. How powerful could a god from a dump like this be? I'm sure it'll be no big deal.
The last time the god was born, it died.
Something's gonna happen.
Who knows? Maybe we'd all be better off if it did.
But if this is how a god of mercy acts, I don't want to see any more of him. That's a pretty good reason to risk my life, don't you think? Plus, I'm just an old fool, right?
You think you're Superman or something?
You know, I always wanted to be him. Besides,
Yeah.
I want to help you out.
You don't have to feel responsible. I know it's not your fault.
You remind me of my son.
You said nobody was going to cry for you.
Dead people don't cry.
Oh,
Stupid kid got himself shot robbing a bank.
by me, because I'm a detective.
Why?
Maybe because his pop was a penniless good-for-nothing. Who knows? Anyway, now I guess I'll never find out. Sorry. I shouldn't have said you reminded me of a guy like that.
Well, maybe if you had compared me to your daughter. Listen, I'll take care of the rest. You stay here and I'll be back when it's over.
You'll be okay by yourself.
Hey, no problem. Besides, my dad's not around anymore, so only I can do this. What are you doing?
Maybe killing you here is the only way to end this nightmare.
Yeah, you might be right.
That was interesting.
What is it?
I just came by to make sure you were still alive.
Sorry. I'd come with you if I wasn't hurt.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the problem with older guys, huh? I'll handle things. You just rest. Don't die on me, okay?
So did he kill Claudia, or did Claudia shoot him? She died by shotgun and he was sort of left there, surviving. I like that idea, with them considering, like, well, maybe it'd be easier if Claudia just... Not Claudia. Heather just died, you know, if she's the... But... Oh, Claudia injured him. But is she dead or gone? She survived? But it seems like anytime somebody, the baby dies or the god dies, they just make a new one. It's just this endless cycle. So, what can you do? Kill all the cult followers until nobody remembers it anymore? And then just move on with your life? Who's this? Gillespie. Oh, Claudio's alive? Okay. Claudia. There she is. She did pretty good.
How did you get here? It was Vincent, wasn't it? He led you here. When will he cease his meddling? But it's just as well. Luring you here also serves my purposes.
Checkmate.
Not yet. The time is not yet at hand. The time when all will be forgiven their sins. When the paradise we have long dreamed for will arrive.
Yeah, she's got a Uma Thurman look, or Tilda Swinton.
Eternity of bliss. Oh, Alyssa. The world.
I think one of the first roles I remember from Uma Thurman was as that weird Poison Ivy, where she talked really
That's
weird.
not what I want.
Like she was from an old movie.
Not you. Alyssa. Your true self.
From this angle, she looks more like John C. Reilly.
But I am Alyssa. My little Claudia, my dear sweet sister.
See, now this is interesting.
Alyssa.
We're using that manipulation we noticed in the beginning of the game.
Oh, how I've missed you.
I don't need another world. It's fine the way it is.
Everything's fine. Just stop.
The world must first be cleansed with fire.
But that's not what I want now.
Alyssa, don't you want happiness? Have you become blind to all the hopeless suffering in the world? We all need God's salvation.
Listen, suffering is a fact of life. You learn how to deal with that or you go under. You can can stay in your own little dream world, but you can't keep hurting other people. Besides, I'll never forgive you for hurting my father.
I wish only for the salvation of mankind. But for that to happen, the world must first be remade. And for that, we need God.
You self-righteous witch! No one asked you to help!
God is growing within you.
She's pregnant?
You
Let's get pregnant.
despise me, don't you?
You're damned right I do!
That's good.
The vaginas, of course. She's been pregnant with God the entire game.
God, please forgive me. I know I'll be put to death for
When
the
did she get
sins I've
pregnant?
committed. And I'll go to my death gladly.
When that dog first
in a
attacked us?
peaceful heart.
And there was a cutscene where we woke up in that other room.
But please, grant me just a small piece of your everlasting mercy. Let me see my child once within your golden gates. Deliver me not to hell, but to purgatory. Allow me to atone for my sins there. I'll stand within the very flames of redemption, no matter how they burn me. Forgive me for my wicked act of revenge. And deliver the soul of my poor murdered daughter. Please, also care for the soul of the girl whose life I have taken. God, I am a child, trembling with fear as I stare at death. Soothe my tortured soul with your infinite mercy. Please, forgive me.
I forgive you.
Thank you, Lord.
Is that Claudia? Is that Claudia on the other side? Right, so she always had God inside of her since she was born, and that's why the other world appears for her and why other people can interact with it. Because the God's
Heather.
inside of her forever.
You show up everywhere, don't you?
You make me sound like some kind of unwanted pest.
Okay, so Lovecraft is the
Who are
idea
you
that
anyway?
gods aren't in our image.
Haven't you
That they could
realized
be
that yet?
gross creatures that just created us
Yeah, you're on
as a
Claudia's
one-off
side.
or as a
I
as an
told you not to
idea.
put me in the same category as that mad woman.
Well, you're pretty loony yourself.
It's true. We believe in the same God. But I'm quite sane.
So why did you help me out then? Was that also part of trying to resurrect God?
It's not uncommon for people to worship the same God and still disagree.
God? Are you sure you don't mean devil?
Whichever you like. The point is that now I really am on your side.
Now I am, trust me now.
I don't want God to be born. Wouldn't be convenient. Much too unpredictable.
So you've been using me to stop Claudia, is that it? Do your own dirty work.
My dirty work? I think we both had our own interests in mind. You hate her too, don't you? You're the only one who can get it done.
These games are interesting.
I don't have powers like you two.
Well, the interesting thing I find about these games is that
I always hated
it seems like it's a deep philosophical meditation on gods and
Oh, really?
Lovecraftianness and
everyone does
the human body and stuff.
Don't stand there
and
looking
like
so
worship
smug.
and rebirth and,
You're the worst person in this room.
and just like
you
abuse.
Come here and enjoy spilling their blood.
But then the dialogue that they use to portray all this stuff
Listening
is
to
just
them cry out.
it's strange.
You
know?
feel excited when you
They're always
step
sort of
on
like
them and snuff
they
out
never
their
seem like they're
lives.
having the same conversation together. You know, it's like a sort of a clunky way to deal with it.
Monsters?
Everyone's always very surprised at what the person said.
Don't worry. It's just a joke.
That's where I think they're trying to get his dental hygiene
By
away.
the way,
Prince.
I forgot to ask you.
By the way.
To you, they look like monsters to you? Don't worry.
What's that?
You don't have it? Leonard was carrying it.
You mean this thing?
Yes, that's it. As long as we have that, we're fine. Here, take this. That would be nice. Then I could relax.
When did you stop believing in God? God lives. Just look around you.
But I do believe in her. In my own way. I fear her, and I adore her. But I haven't lost my mind like you. You
Yeah, he
think
seems
that
totally
this
sane.
is the work of God? Isn't this all nothing more than your own personal nightmare? Just like Alyssa 17 years ago? If
Is it?
this really is the work of God, then I'd say she has lousy taste.
So this is Claudio's imagination?
God? Traitor. You will go to hell.
Not that again! Who do you think you are, claiming to know God's will?
Go home, Vincent.
Home.
Big Boss Steve!
This church is my home. I built it with my power. The power of money that you view with such scorn. Although I admit that this atrocious scenery is all yours.
If you continue to get in my way,
Then you kill me? Well, the guest of honor has arrived.
I like how that door
Let's get this
interrupted
party
him and he
started.
genuinely seemed
Heather,
spooked.
go ahead and kill this crazy bitch. This demon who claims to speak for God. The time has come. You can kill her now.
you'll go to hell!
Oh, yeah. What happened there? She stabbed him halfway through?
did you do?
Nothing important.
You're not going to run? I guess this is the end.
No, the beginning. As Vincent said, the time has come. Alyssa, I'm saddened that you didn't agree to this on your own. But I thank you for nurturing God with all the hate in your heart. It's time for mankind to be released from the shackles of sin which bind them.
But a God born from hatred can never create a perfect paradise.
Happy people can be so cruel. Is it so hard to believe that sympathy could be born out of pain and suffering? Why do you reject God's mercy? Why do you cling to this corrupt world?
That's kind of interesting. Are people made better through suffering? Does sympathy come from pain and suffering?
And save you too.
I kind of wish it was more about
Happy
that.
ending?
What makes people who they are.
I'd rather go to hell.
No, I don't expect to be saved. And that's fine. Alyssa, my dearest. For the pain that I've caused you, I deserve no mercy. Even if it was to save mankind. It was too deep a sin. It was hubris for me to try to hasten the day of her arrival. Sacrifices were made. And those are my sins.
I feel like they've been talking about the same thing for the last 3 fucking hours. Sacrifices, God.
I feel so guilty about it. Why don't
Paradise.
you go to hell?
Go to hell. Hell.
Heather, use the seal.
Vincent?
Or. That's the code word. Yeah, there's not like
The
no like
seal of
arc.
Pâtreron?
Now your stupid dream is over.
A seal.
Oh, that's just a piece of junk. What do you think you can do with that? Do you really think it can kill God? I'm sorry to see you fell for my father's foolishness.
What?
You're pathetic.
But he seemed like such a trustworthy guy.
But God loves even you. Now, Alyssa, there's nowhere else to
So, I mean, to me, it seems like this woman's the main villain, and she has an obsession with God and controlling this girl.
just accept it, Alyssa.
So people obsessed with religion are the
Pain will
enemy.
disappear.
The people who use religion for
Waiting
evil purposes, to control other people.
Even as a child, I knew I would see the coming of this day. I knew I would be a witness to it. Judgment Day. Alyssa?
I just had to fart.
Shut your stinking mouth, bitch!
So what happened there? She overcame the pregnancy pains and then yelled and called her a bitch, and now it's over?
Looks like God didn't make it.
Stop!
So did she do something to cause this to happen? Does she have any agency over it, or is it just all happening in their own?
Claudia!
Why would she put that in that hole? I guess because it came out of her mouth.
Alyssa, you cannot kill God. I will burn God.
You can't handle it.
If you can't
bitch.
kill Alyssa, I will.
All right, so her desire to control and worship this god in this way is now causing her to rot. So Harry gave her a pendant, and it acts as a repellent against things from the other world, like the red liquid. Look at that big penis coming out of her crotch. That big phallic. That shirt is so hilarious. That looks like a sphincter. How do you write this? I don't understand how you get to through the whole script. Like, are they tracking these things? Are they thinking about what they're saying? They just have an end goal in mind and then a start one, and then they just kind of fill it in as they go. I like this music. It is a metaphor for birth control. Her having this pendant that stops her from giving birth. We're just watching the cutscenes.
You can't be dead. I was gonna kill you.
I just couldn't be bothered to play the game anymore. Yeah, it's a really great look. I think it really suits this world that they're in. Kind of similar to the other world places that they've gone, but a lot more like lush and full, not rusty, more organic and decadent. It looks very late 90s, early 2000s. It looks like a Marilyn Manson music video. Or like The Cell or Event Horizon, you know? Like depicting hell, but in this kind of shiny metallic way. Dad. You'll never be a grandpa to God, like a godfather. That was an odd audio fade. 6 more minutes. Well, I'm glad we watched the cutscenes instead of playing it. I never would have got this far. I didn't enjoy the story in this one. I enjoyed some of the performances. I enjoyed the girl's performance, and this guy was so bad it was kind of entertaining.
Heather, is it really over?
Not yet. You're still alive.
Heather,
Just a joke.
That's fucked up.
terrible
I'm
taste.
sorry.
Heather, did
You
you...
don't have to call me that. I'm not hiding anymore.
Want me to use your real name?
God.
What was it again?
Call me God.
Cheryl. The name my father gave me.
You gonna let your hair color go back too?
I don't know. Don't you think blondes have more fun?
Just fucking weird. That's the ending line? Yeah. That's like in, what's that zombie movie where Bill Murray pretends to sneak up on that guy and the guy shoots him and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Bill Murray. I shot you. He's like, no, my bad. Oh my God. And then they just steal the song from the other game. I like that part. I liked her playing with him like that. They just put this bad vocal over it. Boo! 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 Was that the second ending when she goes back and pretends to kill him? Oh yeah, Zombieland was really fun. Ugh. Man, I did not like that. All right. We'll talk about this game.